Hey guys, welcome back to Vermont Wildlife Science Station. Today we're going to talk about how to catch and care for mice. If you're having a problem, like many people do, with mice in your house, there's some easy ways to get around it without having to hurt them or use dangerous poisons. We don't want poisons in the environment, and secondary poisoning is a problem. Snakes and birds tend to eat mice, whether they're dead or alive or dying, and they can ingest that poison as well. So we don't want to kill the snakes and we don't want to kill the birds. Please don't use poisons. Let's talk about an easy, simple solution for capturing mice without having to touch them with your hands, of course, and holding them just in case it's wintertime, or you have a pregnant mama, or you have a nursing mother, or you have one that might be injured and need a little time to recover. So let's talk about things that you can get. One of the things we're going to talk about here is live traps. And these live traps are readily available online. You can go to Amazon or any other website and find them. They're very cheap. This particular set of 4 is about $20. They're made of sturdy, heavy-duty plastic. They're very easily cleaned, easily set, and easily baited, and it has a very quick, easy release on the back so you can easily let the mice go. You beauty. So I highly recommend these particular traps. Go ahead and go online and get them. They're totally worth every penny. And if you get a 4-pack, you can set them around your house and catch multiple mice at once. Now, the second thing is if you're going to start keeping mice in order to protect them and then move them away, you're going to need a glass tank. Now, I suggest going down to your local pet shop. You don't have to buy this online if you don't want to. You can if you need to. Just go down to your local pet store and get a 10-gallon glass aquarium. It doesn't have to come with any of the fixings for fish or anything like that. Just a plain glass aquarium. They're usually pretty cheap. I know that there's some at Petco, my local Petco, for about $12 without any accoutrements with it. So pick yourself up a glass aquarium. 10 gallons usually is sufficient. Go ahead and go over to Walmart or any other store that might sell them, even Petco, and grab yourself a 10-gallon glass tank screen lid. This will prevent the animals from getting out. It's made of metal screening and mesh, and they can't bite through it. Rodents have chisel-like teeth that are chronically growing, and they love to chew on anything they can get a tooth hold onto. Plastic and wood is definitely not my recommended holding containment, or cardboard for that matter. Get them into a glass tank as soon as you possibly can with a metal screen top lid, and you will not have any trouble containing them, and they won't get out, they won't escape, you're fine. So the next thing we're going to talk about is bedding. And the bedding you're going to want to use, or at least the ones that I highly recommend, is KT Soft White Bedding. It's made of paper, it's super soft and fluffy. It's what I highly recommend with the animals that I work with, and it's great at odor absorption. I don't have to change my mice's bedding for an entire month. Spot cleaning maybe, depending on how many animals you have in the container or in the cage, but usually you don't have to clean for an entire month if you give them a good layer. The next thing you're going to want to look at is bottles. You're going to need a good bottle, something that has a ball inside of it, sometimes with a spring, sometimes not. There are several types. You can have bottles that hang from the screen if you want to, or you can have them on a stand such as the one that we're showing here. Now, these bottles are readily available, extremely cheap. You can probably find them right at your local pet shop, or you can go online and order a few. I need a few more. They're excellent, they work great, and some of these models actually come with little hidey holes for your mice. So they love that, kind of an extra play area for them. And that's a great water bottle to have. Mice don't drink 3 gallons of water a day, so as long as you give them some fresh water every now and then, one bottle will last you quite a while. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is food. You can go to any store, Walmart, your local grocery store, your pet store, whatever, and you can find a very simple hamster, gerbil, mice, rat mix, and they're very, very easy to get. Mice are not very picky. They love to eat whatever they can get in their mouth, and they're omnivoric, so they will go for your finger. Please be careful. But a simple mice, rat, hamster, gerbil mix It's perfectly fine for a mouse. It's nothing too drastic. They love seeds. They love pellets. You can even cut up some fresh fruits and vegetables and give them that too. They love that. And a little cheese once in a while never hurts. Not when they're babies, though. Wait till they're adults for the cheese treats. Okay? Um, so the next thing we're going to talk about, we've done bedding, food, water, and housing. So that's the basic needs. We're going to talk about enrichment. Yes, these guys need to be able to play and have fun too. You can go to your local pet store and just buy little chew toys and little chew balls and things like that they'd love to gnaw on. And that's really fun for them. They'll roll them around, they'll play with them, all kinds of fun watching them. The other thing you can get is a wheel. Mice love to exercise, and in the wild, they would travel several miles a day, looking for food, foraging, making dens, mating, having young, and so on and so forth. The other thing you're going to want is a hidey hole for them to nest in. So you're going to want to get them, I suggest wood, but if you want to get a plastic one or even a coconut or make your own at home like I do sometimes, you can do that. Now, one great DIY for making your homemade mouse house is just take a little, like about that big, cottage cheese container, flip it upside down, and cut a little hole in it. Make sure you sand to make sure there's no sharp edges. You don't want the mice to get cut. Once it's sanded and it's all nice, you've got yourself a homemade mouse house. Didn't cost you anything but what you paid for the cottage cheese or whatever you have. Really simple. They love it. They make a nest in it. It makes them feel safe, and it gives them a place to hide while you're cleaning their pens. So that's about it, guys. That's all the real equipment you're going to need and supplies you're going to need. If you have a pregnant mama, just keep her well fed, well watered, give her a nice nesting area. A wheel is fun for her. She'll like that. And basically let her do her thing. Just give her her basic needs and let her do her thing. She'll raise her babies, and when her and her babies are old enough, you can release them out into the wild, and they can go back into the ecological system that they were meant to be in. Now let's talk about ecology a little bit. Mice are very important. A lot of people don't think so, and that's okay. But mice are extremely important for the environment, guys. They are a source of food for many animals, as we spoke about earlier, and even though 1 or 2 mice don't seem like a big deal, that could be a meal for a bird who's raising her chicks, or a snake who hasn't eaten in months. So really consider the long story about it. The big picture of it is that you're not just saving one mouse, you're providing food for other animals that could be saving their lives or helping them rear their young. So that's something to consider. Another thing is, if you don't feel comfortable releasing mice in your own yard, that's okay. Keep them in a container, and if you have them in their tank with their little lid, tape it shut just to ensure it doesn't tip over in the car and we don't have a major Monty Python situation going on. Drive them out into a wooded area, well away from houses and anything else, and let them go in the forest. It's that simple, guys. Don't leave any of their toys or bed. You can put their bedding out. It's not too big a deal. It's very biodegradable and very good for the environment. But don't leave any of their toys or their housing or their bottles or anything like that out there. Just the mouse and their bedding can go out into the woods. After that, bring all of their stuff home. Give it a good wash with warm soapy water. Let it dry. Pack it all up in the tank. Put the tank in a bin or right up on a shelf if you want. It's easy peasy. So that's about it, guys. Also, I'd like to speak for a moment about orphans. If you find an orphan mouse, whether it be a pinky that looks like a little pink jelly bean, no bigger than the tip of my pinky finger, really, or you find a little mouse that has its eyes open and has fur already, don't give it any type of milk. Guys, it seriously does not need it right off the bat. Your worst case scenario is hypothermia is more dangerous to a baby mouse, or any baby animal for that matter, than hydration and malnourishment. So you have to worry about their temperature more than you do about feeding and watering them right off the bat. Get them into a containment unit, someplace warm, and call a wildlife rehabilitator immediately. If you would like to rehabilitate mice, and mice only, guys, these do not require a license to rehab. All other animals do. You can contact somebody like myself, and my contact information will be located below. Or you can go to my page on Facebook, Vermont Wildlife Science Station. There's two. There's main and group, and you can find a way to contact me from there. Messenger, you can call my phone, whatever. And I can give you instructions on how to raise a baby mouse at home. There's some equipment and things that you need, like KMR, which is kitten milk replacer, or even a small little, and I will show you this, feeding syringe with a micro tip nipple at the end. This is a miracle nipple. These are readily available online. You can easily get them. These 1 ml syringes come in boxes of 100, all that. There's a lot more that goes to it than just taking a syringe and giving milk to a baby. You have to weigh them. You have to figure out how much to give them. But if you need help figuring that out, contact me directly. I'm happy to help you. For right now, we have 3 baby mice that were orphaned today, brought in, and the person didn't know how to take care of them. They're kind of looking a little better, but right now we're kind of touch and go. So we're trying to prevent that from happening again. And if this video can stop that from happening again and hopefully educate people, then I've done my job. So with that, guys, I thank you very much for watching, and we hope to do more videos in the future. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that little bell notification so that you can know when we're popping up any new videos in the future. So until then, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again here at Vermont Wildlife.